It's December 10th, 2018, and
Yes,
we
sir.
are about to do a basketball call podcast. Ryan Davis has graced us with his presence. Hello, Ryan.
What's up, Kenyon?
All right, tell us your top 8 activities that you've done today. Actually, let's make it 1. Let's keep things rolling.
I went to an all-you-can-eat sushi buffet.
Yes, we just got sushi. I'm Kenyon Finch. Ryan, what was your favorite roll?
It was the last one that I ate, the summer roll.
Last of the Mohicans?
No, the last roll that I ate.
Oh,
The summer
that's not a
roll.
movie. That's a sushi roll.
Yes, it is.
Well, was it deep fried?
It was fried in tempura, yes.
Yum. All right. So, can you tell me how that roll is like the Philadelphia 76ers?
Well, it overachieves. And it was actually
I would
very
say the
good.
Philadelphia 76ers are underachieving, so...
Well, the roll did not.
All right.
The roll did not underachieve.
So, our first topic of the day is Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza's unhappy in Phoenix. Phoenix sucks. They don't want to pay him $15 million to do nothing. The Lakers want Trevor Ariza.
I heard.
What do you think of that, Ryan?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, so they want to. What the Lakers want to do is give up Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who is getting paid $12 million a year to not be able to make threes. And for some reason, he has the same agent as LeBron James. And he has veto power. He can veto a trade. So pretty much, for the Lakers to be able to trade him, he has to agree to it. You realize people that usually, like Carmelo Anthony had like that power? People don't normally get that. I don't know how Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has that in his contract. So, I mean, maybe Rich Paul's an amazing agent.
Yeah, that makes no sense that he would...
Okay, so do you think Trevor Ariza would fit well with the Lakers or not, Ryan?
Well, he'd play defense.
He would play defense. This is what my thinking is. The only way that I think it's a good idea for them to get Trevor Ariza is if they play him at shooting guard a large portion of the time. Because they've got Kuzma, Ingram, and LeBron. I don't want him stealing any minutes from Kuzma or Ingram. I'd be okay with him stealing some from Josh Hart because I think Josh Hart at this point... Josh Hart's a good player. He's a fun story. There's starting to be fanboys for Josh Hart. He's not as good as people think he is.
No.
So let's not have Trevor Ariza play too many minutes at small forward. I think they should, if they get him, play him at shooting guard and don't play him too much, but kind of put him in, play some tough defense. And I think a big reason why they want to do it is so that the Rockets won't get him and start playing better. What do you think of that, Ryan?
Well, I mean, the Rockets got rid of him, and...
$15 million was a lot of money, Ryan.
True, but now the Rockets aren't very good,
So
so...
they suck, which is our next topic. Is it possible that the Rockets, after going 65-17 last year, could miss the playoffs?
Yes, it's very possible.
So you
The
think-
West is, like... There's 14 teams that could make the playoffs right now, and then there's the Phoenix Suns. But the Rockets are kind of on the bottom end of those 14 teams.
Yeah, they are currently 14th.
I mean, when you decide to get rid of Trevor Ariza, who actually plays defense, and you go and get Carmelo Anthony, who hasn't been good for a few seasons, you're going to have a bit of a downfall there.
Well, can we agree that Carmelo being on the team was not actually a bad thing? We've seen that they suck without him, and he was not the problem. Can we agree on that?
Okay, but I mean, he definitely didn't help.
Well, I'm not saying he helped, but to blame everything on him and just parting ways with him, I think was a little unfair, and they were trying to make him a scapegoat.
Well, I mean, yeah, true. I mean, you could say that most of the blame starts with Mike D'Antoni, who's known for having great offense and not a lot of defense, and he got rid of one of their best defenders from last season.
And Luke Ba-Amute.
Yeah, him too.
But he's been injured. He's not even playing with the Clippers, so I don't even know what's going on with them. They should get Luke Baumute back because I think the Clippers would be willing to give him up.
All they have are, what the freak is that guy's name?
PJ
Clint
Tucker.
Capella. That's all they've got.
Well, they've got Clint Capella, PJ Tucker, and then James Ennis III was supposed to kind of be able to take their place, and I thought he'd do a decent job, but he hasn't.
He
been
is
very
not.
good. He hasn't. Chris Paul, in my opinion, looks older, which we knew was happening, so they've got a mess of a contract with him. James Harden's a big contract, which is fine. Clint Capella's a big contract, so combination is it's a lot of money on 3 players.
Yeah.
So Daryl Morey, Houston. Ryan, I wanted you to quote that. Houston,
We have a problem.
very clever. All right, so our next, the next thing we're going to do is talk about Trae Young
Trae Young, rookie for the Falcons.
for the Falcons. Yeah, not quite.
Sorry, not the Falcons, the Hawks.
Someone's been watching a little bit.
Same
too
city,
much NFL.
both birds. Yeah, I'm more of an NFL guy.
So let's take a look at Trae Young's stats. Trae Young is averaging. Okay, let's look at the good things. Trae Young is averaging 15.4 points per game. Okay, very nice, very solid, Trae Young. 2.8 rebounds per game. Nothing special, fine. 7.2 assists per game. Very nice. All right. Those all sound pretty good. The problem with Trae Young is his field goal percentages. He is shooting 37.3% on his field goals. Not good at all. Horrendous. There's some other players in the league that shoot like that. It's not good. The statistic that's even worse than that, and that's a terrible statistic, is his 3-point percentage. 24.3% from the 3-point line. That is so bad. So bad. Trae Young is not going to make it in the NBA shooting like that. It's cute and everything now because he's a rookie, and the Hawks suck, so they don't care that much. But if those don't go up soon, he will be out of the league in 3 years. He is going to be a bust. He needs to learn how to shoot. Right now, the Hawks are looking like they made a serious mistake. They got rid of Schroeder, and Schroeder is balling it up in OKC. He's a big reason why they're currently the number 2 seed in the West. And Oklahoma City, the sky's the limit. Right now, the Hawks drafting Trae Young was a mistake. They could have had Luka Doncic. People had a lot of questions when Trae Young was in college. They were saying he's kind of like Jimmer Fredette. He's not going to be able to make it in the NBA. Right now, all of the criticism, everyone's saying he's too small, he's not strong enough, he can't actually shoot. They're right. Averaging 15 and 7. Look, people don't care about statistics. We've seen some people who can put up statistics and then they're out of the league the next year. Okay, Trae Young's going to be one of those. He reminds me of Trey Burke. Trey Burke's rookie season, the Jazz were really bad. I believe they started out like 1-11. He came in and they started winning a few games, but they still sucked. Considered by many as one of the top 3 rookies. First of all, that was a very, very weak rookie class, especially that rookie season. Michael Carter Williams won Rookie of the Year, who currently is one of the worst players on this very, 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 very bad, struggling Houston Rockets. He kind of reminds me of Trey Burke. Trey Burke was out of the league for a while. Right now, he's on New York. Look, it's not looking good for Trae Young. He's going to need to learn how to shoot, and if he doesn't, he's going to be out of the league. Gracing our presence is Ryan's brother, Alan. Hi, Alan. He's wearing a hood.
Kenyon, Ryan.
Tell Alan how good he looks, Ryan.
You put us all to shame.
Thank you.
All right, so number 1 is Golden State. Do we think that's going to stay? Yes.
Yeah.
All right, number 2 is Oklahoma City. I think they actually will end as the number 2 seed at this point. I don't know if they will for sure.
They
but
started
they
off
definitely have a shot.
pretty rocky.
0-4. Since then, 16-4.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good
And
run.
Westbrook's missed quite a few games, and they're still doing that.
It just goes to show that they don't have to rely on Westbrook to win.
And Paul George is really good, and Steven Adams is a beast.
Steven Adams is, yes. Yes.
All right, Denver is 17-9. I don't think they're going to finish in the top 4 in the West. But they'll make the
Probably
playoffs.
not. They're a playoff team, though.
The Clippers are 4th. See, now this is a question. Are they actually going to make the playoffs?
I don't know.
I don't know either, but I think
It's hard
they
to
deserve
trust
it
them,
because
but-
they don't have any stars, but they are very solid all the way around. And Doc
Yeah.
Rivers is coaching like crazy, and the other thing they do is they always have. They're not always big, but they always have at least a big small forward in. So like even when they're not playing big, they're still playing big in a way because they have a big small forward and their guards are pretty big. All right, number 5, the LA Lakers. They'll make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably end around 4th. Memphis. Here's another question. Do you think they make the playoffs?
They were a surprise for me, at least.
They signed Joakim Noah,
I did see that. I remember that.
and I've always been a big Joakim Noah fan, so I hope they make the playoffs.
I know you like him.
And now they can play big. They play gritty instead of playing like everyone else. So, pro Memphis. Do you think important point? Do you think?
I don't know, honestly. I'm serious. I have no idea.
Well, we know what Portland is. They're gonna win some games because C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard are good.
They're gonna make
and
shots.
they're gonna get killed in the first round of the playoffs probably,
Yeah.
unless they get a decent matchup. And they might go to 6 games. All right, Dallas. They won't make the playoffs.
No, they won't.
I don't know how they're winning as many games right now as they are. They're getting lucky. Luka Doncic is good though.
He is very
He's
good.
very good, but they're not making
He's
the playoffs.
he's early front runner for Rookie of the Year.
So Sacramento not making the playoffs, but fun story.
Yeah, fun that they're.
Minnesota. Okay, since they got rid of Jimmy Butler, they're doing much better. They're 13-13 now.
Well, they don't have all that drama in the locker room.
I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but they're going to be right behind there, and way to go. The thing I like about Minnesota is they play big. All right, New Orleans. I like New Orleans. Before the season started, I predicted them to make the playoffs, but I think they're going to fall short. What do you think?
Well, they have Anthony Davis, and he's always.
They've got Anthony Davis, they've got Mirotic and Julius Randle, so they've got 3 bigs they rotate. And those are the 3 players they play at power forward and center, and they just rotate them, and they're all amazing. They've got Drew Holiday, Etwan Moore, and the rest of their team is pretty underwhelming. So
They're going to have to rely on their stars
they're going to
to
have to rely on those guys.
carry them.
And they, we don't know. San Antonio, they shoot a lot of mid-range shots. It's the DeRozan and Aldridge show. And
Yeah.
they play different than everyone else does. Do you think they'll make the playoffs? I don't think so.
Probably not, because DeRozan and Aldridge are their best players, and you can't rely on them too much.
All right, Utah. Do they make the playoffs?
I mean, I sure hope so.
Well,
They're just not consistent enough.
right now, Jay Crowder. Most people don't realize this because everyone's like, "Oh, Jay Crowder, so good, stretch for guard every position." Right now, he's shooting under 40% overall and 31% from 3.
It's not good enough for the amount
I
of
mean,
minutes he's playing.
that's not going to work because pretty much the Jazz play him at power forward most of the game. So,
is he averaging more minutes than Derek Favors?
well, let's take a look.
Because
Probably
it's got to be close.
He's probably averaging more because I think Favors only plays 24 minutes a game. Look up how many minutes Favors plays per game.
Favors is much
Jay
better
Crowder
than
plays. Yeah, Jay Crowder plays more. He's averaging 28 minutes a game.
they need to be playing Derek Favors more.
Well, they don't want to. Quinn Snyder only wants to play tiny guy. He wants to play one big and tiny guy. So that's why. So he starts Derek Favors and takes him out after a few minutes, and then they just play Derek Favors at backup center.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I think Quinn Snyder needs to swallow his pride and be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't follow the trend of the league of going super small and actually play big a little more often because right now we're 13-14 and it's not looking right.
It's too inconsistent. It's way too inconsistent.
I mean,
There's some
I'm
games
all about
that
playing Jay
they're-
Crowder at power forward sometimes, but you can't just expect him to play because he only plays power forward. He
I
never
mean,
plays anything else.
we should not expect Jay Crowder to be a star for the Jazz.
No.
We already have enough stars.
He's
We've got
shooting-
Donovan Mitchell, we've got
Rudy.
Joe Ingles, and we've got Rudy
Okay,
Gobert.
Joe Ingles is not a star.
He's not a star, but he is in
He's
Utah.
lots of fun. In Utah, he is like what Leslie Knope is to Pawnee. Okay, He's a big deal. He's a big deal.
Amazing comparison.
Jay Crowder, 39.9% from the field. That sucks.
He needs to
Okay,
hike
for
that
someone-
up by at least 10%.
If he's going to be doing that, the reason they play him is he's supposed to be able to knock down threes
which he hasn't
and
been
guard
doing.
every position, which he can do, but he's small, so it doesn't always work. But I understand why they do it. 31% from three, that's not going to cut it. So,
No.
in my opinion, the Jazz need to make a trade, bring in another power forward that's a real power forward, maybe not as big as Derek Favors, so they can shoot a little bit. You know, do some other things, guard the perimeter better, but Jay Crowder and Thabo Sefolosha is your only power forwards. It's not working out for the Jazz, and no one is blaming it on that. They just blame it on Donovan Mitchell not playing as well, which I think he'll play better, but they need to play bigger.
I mean, he played moderately well in the loss to San Antonio.
He scored 23 points in the second half.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, and then we've got Houston. Do you think the prediction? Do you think Houston's going to make the playoffs? Yes or no?
I
We
don't.
will hold you to this. You think they're going to miss it?
I do.
That would be awesome.
I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
You know, as bad as Houston is playing, though, if they win 8 in a row, which
They could.
they could,
I mean,
right
they
now
have the
look like
firepower
they're
to do it, but
If they win 8 in a row, they're like in 5th place. Okay.
well, you could say that with any team except Phoenix. Like if Utah wins
Houston.
if Utah wins 8 in a row, they're in like 3rd place.
Yeah, but if Phoenix wins 8 in a row, they're still in last place.
Yeah.
You know, they could win 18 in a row and they still literally could be in last place. Probably wouldn't, because I don't know when some of these teams are going to fall off. Dallas and Sacramento have to sooner or later. But I've never seen the West this close. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And I remember a lot of people saying that the West is not as strong as it was. I think it's stronger than it was.
There's just not the power teams. And also, Golden State looks like crap.
And yet they're
Compared
still
to what they're. I mean, obviously they're really good, but compared to what they're supposed to be, they look horrid.
I mean, for Golden State, it's just get to the playoffs. There's no team that can beat them
Okay,
four
well, even
times.
in the playoffs, they don't even try. Like, they were down 3-2 to Houston, and they weren't playing hard till like the second half. They were on the brink of elimination, and they weren't even trying.
That's a
that
good
hard.
point. That's a good point. But I still don't think there's a single team in the West that can challenge them this season.
Well, Toronto's very good.
Toronto is very good.
Pascal Siakam is amazing. All right, so this
And
is.
Kawhi Leonard is actually happy.
We're gonna end today with a quiz.
Oh, lovely.
All right, Ryan. This is the quiz.
We all know how good
You
I
have
am
to
at
guess.
games.
You have to guess the height. This is what we're gonna do. I haven't thought of the quiz yet. I got it. Okay. I'm gonna go through the Jazz starting lineup. I'm gonna say you have to tell me their. I'm gonna say the player. You have to tell me their. Do you want to go with the listed height? Yeah. We'll see if you can get their listed heights. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Rudy Gobert.
7-1?
Correct. Da-da-da-da. All right. I'm feeding Ryan a Twinkie right now. Everyone, hold on.
Wow.
Ryan, are you satiated?
Cannot even imagine what I just saw.
I already was. From the sushi.
All right, Derek Favors.
6'10".
Wow, you are doing really well. 2 for 2. Joe Ingles.
Oh my gosh, he's like
Just keep trying. You're 100%. So just do whatever you think.
6'7"?
6'8".
Dang it, I almost said that one too.
Close. All right, Donovan Mitchell.
6'3"?
Wow, 3 out of 4, and you were so close on Joe Ingles.
I almost said 6'8",
All
but I
right,
wasn't
Ricky
sure.
Rubio.
Oh, he's not.
I'll give you a hint. He's probably taller than what you think.
6'4"?
Wow, okay, Ryan got 4 out of 5. Alan, are you going to buy him a cheeseburger tomorrow?
No, but I will congratulate him on a job well done.
All right.
All right, this is, and for the last segment, all right, how about, let's throw in one extra credit, okay? Thabo Sefolosha.
I have no idea.
Listed height,
6'9".
6'7".
Okay.
Close. Looks like you got 4 out of 5 on the quiz. You know what that is? That's a B minus, 80%.
and I was 1 inch off on the one that I
I
missed.
know, but that's how quizzes go, Ryan. Have you ever taken a quiz in school?
No, I never
You
have.
miss one.
Probably haven't been to
You miss one, you're at a B minus. Miss 2.
That's a D minus.
That's a D minus, isn't it? Who knows? I got good grades. All right, so we're gonna go through what we think is the ending for the West. All right, so 1 Golden State, 2 Oklahoma City. Tell me if you disagree, Ryan.
Not yet.
3 Lakers, 4. Dang it, this gets hard.
Yeah.
4 is Portland.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. This is tough. 5 Denver. 6 Utah. 7 Houston. 8 Memphis. Oh man, I didn't put the Clippers in there. You know, that's tentative. Well, for the next podcast,
It's not an
for the
easy
next, I'll study it. For the next podcast, I'll come up with a different one, but it's very tough and it's malleable. So, signing off, Ryan, why don't you give a piece of advice to everyone listening? Some life advice.
Some life advice? Jeez, I don't know. I have a terrible life.
Jeez.
All right, we'll pass it over to Alan. Alan, what's some life advice for everyone?
Be excellent to each other.
That is a great
Oh my
advice.
gosh, that's the
it's
best
not over.
advice.
He's got more. What is it, Alan?
One more.
Yeah.
Do unto others.
That is very true. All right, Ryan. Now say a witty quote.
A witty quote?
Yeah. You have 8 seconds.
You can't put me on the spot
You
like
have
that,
8
Ken.
seconds, Ryan.
If I had time to prepare before this,
You said you didn't want time to prepare.
Just say something like "rub dub dub." Thanks for the grub. Oh man.
well, I can't do that now. Alan beat me again with his quote from Lion King.
New quote. Ryan's not allowed to have big Newtons anymore. So that's it for today. It was a wonderful podcast with Ryan, and Alan was our friend today. Maybe Alan will come again sometime. But we will talk to you guys again. Be sure to check out our website, basketballcall.com, for the latest articles. And we'll see you guys next time.